Okay, let's be honest for a second. Are you just completely lost when it comes to that new Superman movie that's coming out? Like, what is it? Do I need to watch Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, The Flash, or is this just a complete reset on the universe? Don't worry, you're in the right place. I'm gonna take you through everything you need to know about this upcoming Superman movie, how we got here, no fluff, no gatekeeping, just straight to the point. Let's go. Okay, let's rewind for a second. Remember the DCEU? That was Warner Brothers' attempt to just catch up to what Marvel was doing over there at Disney with the MCU and the success that Iron Man was bringing. The Avengers, they wanted the same success over at DC. So they made Man of Steel. And let me just say, Man of Steel had so much potential. That was my entryway into really enjoying what Superman can be. But then things got really messy really quick. Zack Snyder's vision was dark, it was epic, it was serious, and it was very controversial among the fans. We got Batman v Superman, which was visually stunning, but it split audiences like you wouldn't believe. And then came Justice League, and Zack Snyder had to unfortunately leave that project during post-production due to a family tragedy, so Warner Brothers got the bright idea to bring in the guy who made the Avengers. But there's a big problem in doing that. The movie was already done. Now you have to remember that Warner Brothers wanted to mirror, they wanted to copy the success that Disney and Marvel were having, so they brought in Joss Whedon and they reshot almost the entire movie. And the problem with that is that now we got a Frankenstein type of movie where we have some of Snyder's vision, we have a lot of Joss Whedon's vision, and the movie was an absolute mess. And then Warner Brothers tried to pivot and really just focus on solo movies like Aquaman, Shazam, Birds of Prey, and those movies were fun, but they were just fine. They were nothing to really talk about and really get people excited for whatever the future is for the DCEU. The bottom line is that the DCEU never really clicked the way that Marvel did and what Warner Brothers really wanted. It just felt like this half-built house that kept getting renovated mid-construction. Warner Brothers knew that they needed a hard reset. So here's where things get really wild, and this is where all the tea is spilled. Back in 2018, James Gunn, the Guardians of the Galaxy guy, got fired by Disney for some really old tweets that were, probably shouldn't have said that, but come on. I mean, come on. So pretty much that exact same day, Warner Brothers swooped in and said, hey, you wanna make something for us? So James Gunn went on to make the Suicide Squad in 2021. It was weird, it was violent, it was funny, it had James Gunn written all over it, but the most important thing that it had was heart, and people loved it. And then at that point, Disney realized that they messed up, and they messed up bad, so they asked him to come back and finish Volume 3. So while he was over there finishing Volume 3, Warner Brothers came back and was like, hey, you wanna run the entire thing for us? So in 2022, Warner Brothers announced that James Gunn and his producing partner Peter Safran would officially take over as the heads of DC Studios, and their mission was to reboot everything and build a new, connected, modern DC universe from scratch. Not patchwork, a full-on rebuild. So what does this mean for you? What's your homework? What do you have to go and watch? And what do you have to understand to go and see Superman when it drops in July? You don't need to watch Man of Steel, you don't need to watch Batman v Superman, or even The Flash, which was supposed to reset everything and kind of guide us into this new universe, but it just made things a lot more complicated and confusing, so don't even worry about it. So the new universe is called the DCU, not the DCEU. We're starting fresh, this is your jumping on point, no homework required. So the first movie in the DCU is Superman. It was originally titled Superman Legacy, but then they eventually dropped the legacy and now it's just Superman. Now this one is directed and written by James Gunn himself, and it's the first chapter in their new slate, which they're calling Gods and Monsters. Think of the MCU with the different phases, that's kind of what they're doing here. Now the movie stars David Corenswet as Clark Kent, aka Superman. He kind of looks like Henry Cavill's long lost cousin, but this Clark Kent is a whole new version, and the cool thing is, he's already Superman. He's already working at the Daily Planet. He's already seeing Lois. There's a lot of things that have already happened in this world that we don't need to see. We already know the origin of Superman. We saw that recently and a lot of people already know it. So now we're getting thrown into this world where superheroes are around. This isn't a new thing. Apparently, they've been around for over 300 years. So now we're gonna focus on how Clark is able to learn to be both a symbol of hope as Superman and then a regular guy as Clark Kent. I cannot wait to see that. And Gunn even said that he's drawing inspiration from the comics, especially the comic All-Star Superman, which is all about kindness, humanity, and legacy, rather than just punching things into the sun. This is a Superman who cares, who inspires people, and isn't just brooding in the rain the entire time. So yeah, no more confused timeline, no more God versus man metaphors. This version is all about heart. This isn't just a new Superman movie. You have to remember, this is a launch pad for the DCEU. And then after this, we're gonna get Supergirl, which comes out in 2026. They're gonna make a new Batman movie based on him and his son Damian, which hasn't been done before. And if you think about it, so many stories have been told of Batman. They're changing things up and they're gonna bring in the Bat family. I mean, let's go. And if you can believe it, they're even making a Clayface movie that's set in this universe before a Batman movie takes place because of how good the script is. That's something that you can always count on, that he has reiterated time and time again. James Gunn will not make a movie in this universe unless the script is 100% done and 100% up to standard. James Gunn and Peter Safran want to build something connected, emotional, and character driven, but without making it feel like a homework assignment. Just good stories with great characters. That's the goal. Shoot, Gunn even said that you don't have to worry about a thing in any of these projects in the DCU, whether that's a movie, whether that's a show. You just have to show up and enjoy yourself, because every story that's told doesn't rely on anything in the past or anything to set up in the future. Just great stories, you're living in the moment. So just to recap, the old DCEU is done. This new Superman movie is a fresh start. You don't need to know anything going in, just that we're finally getting a hopeful, heartfelt Superman to kick off a brand new universe. If you're excited or nervous or still trying to process the chaos that was the DCEU, let me know what you're thinking about this new universe down in the comments. And if you need more reasons as to why Superman might end up being a fantastic movie, check out this video right here. Go ahead and click it and I will catch you in the next one.